In this video, I'm going to explain you how you can benefit from the BRC-20 Ordinals hype on Bitcoin. As usual, I've put timestamps in the description of this video so you can jump to the section that you're interested in the most. Bitcoin Ordinals and BRC-20s are very new. They started in the beginning of the year and they really got traction towards May 2023. As we can see in this article, Bitcoin becomes the second largest blockchain for NFTs as Ordinals volume soars. So as you could have guessed, Ordinals are basically NFTs on Bitcoin. Now, what are BRC-20s? Well, BRC-20 tokens are basically the same as ERC-20 tokens on Ethereum, but again, then on Bitcoin. Now, the rise of BRC-20 tokens was definitely not seen as something positive to everyone because the gas fees really went super high, and of course, nobody likes to pay high gas fees. Now, even though some of the BTC developers hate Ordinals with a passion and would love to patch this quote-unquote bug, the fact of the matter is there is somebody that is really happy with these high gas fees, and these are of course the miners because they are receiving these high fees. So yeah, a part of the Bitcoin ecosystem hates Ordinals, but a big part, which are the miners, they will never vote against it. And for those thinking that Ordinals would be a passing fad, they have been proven wrong in the past few weeks because we saw Ordinals soaring to new all-time highs. So the big question is, of course, how can you get your piece of this growing pie? To get started, you of course need a wallet, and sadly you can't use your MetaMask wallet, and it means that you have to install another one. In this case, I'm going to use the UniSat browser wallet extension, and you'll find it of course on the UniSat website. Once installed, you will find it here in the top right corner, and you can create a new one or import an existing one. And when it comes to putting funds on your wallet, I think the easiest is that you buy some Bitcoin on a centralized exchange and then send it over to your UniSat wallet. Now, important when sending over BTC, you will notice there are different types of addresses. So which address you can use, you can click here on the little cogwheel, then click address type, and these are the 4 address types that the UniSat wallet supports. So very important, the UniSat wallet only supports Bitcoin network, it doesn't support Ethereum and all the other networks. Anyway, the ones that we're going to use is either native SegWit or Taproot. You can ignore a nested SegWit and a legacy. Also good to know, it doesn't matter if you send it first to Taproot and then send it over to native SegWit or the other way around, because you can send BTC from one to the other without any issues. Myself, I've mostly been using the native SegWit and I haven't had any real issues. I think for 1 mint I had to use the Taproot address, but hey, just as I said before, just send over some BTC from one wallet to the other and you're good to go. Alright, now that you are all set up, it is time to hunt for some gems. As I said before, the BRC-20 space is still new, so it is less obvious to find nice new projects in the BRC-20 space compared to, for example, on Ethereum. By now, everybody who knows something about crypto knows how to use MetaMask, browse CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, or keep an eye out for new Binance listings. None of that. With Ordinals, only a handful of BRC-20 tokens are listed, and most aren't even on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. This of course means that you will find other ways to navigate the water, and I guess the most obvious place to start is Twitter. For your convenience, I'll put a list of Twitter accounts that I'm following that are mainly focused on BRC-20s and Ordinals, so that's a good place to start. But the obvious place to start following is of course the UniSat Wallet, Ordinals Wallet, and then of course I have a list of specific influencers in the space that are also worth keeping an eye on. Now, as I said before, you can't use CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap to find new listings. For this, you'll need to use a different screener like this one, for example, Genii Data Ordinals. Over here, you can see which ones are minting, how fast they are minting, and so forth. Another one that seems to have quite a few listed very fast is called CoinCarp, so you can use that one as well. Now that you are set up and you know who to follow and what to watch out for, there is one more tip that I want to give you, and that is the main strategy that I'm using right now, which is minting direct from contract. To do this, again, we go to the UniSat website, then we click on BRC-20, and here you see a full list of BRC-20 tokens. To get started, make sure you have the UniSat wallet installed and a few $100 in BTC to pay for gas. Next, we click Connect. Then we click UniSat Wallet. You sign a transaction. And then you're good to go. As you can see, this is a full list of all the BRC-20 tokens. Of course, we're not interested in the ones that already listed. What we are looking for are interesting mints that are coming up. And to find these, we click on In Progress. And then it's time to do some digging. Of course, these ones are totally not interested. We don't want to invest in a token that only has one holder and 2 transactions. So we can skip all of these, and usually I just jump to page number 4. Over here, it's starting to get more interesting. As we can see here, we have T10. It got deployed about 3 weeks ago. It's already 75% done with minting. We have over 2,000 different addresses that have minted. In general, I'm looking for mints that have passed the 70% mark and have a few thousand holders. To find out more, we click on the name. And over here, you can see a whole bunch of details. So the total supply would be 10 billion. You can mint 100,000 in one go. Right now, we have 2,000 holders, and we see that the biggest holder has 1%. The next thing we're going to do is calculate how much it costs to mint these 100,000 tokens. To do this, we click on mint directly. As we can see, the maximum amount is automatically filled in. And if you want to mint more, then basically you just pay 10 times for 10 different mints. So in this case, we're going to keep it at 1. Click next. We agree with the risk warning. And then we see at the current gas fees, we would be paying about $26 to mint these 100,000 tokens. Now, before I mint, I always like to do a quick calculation. So right now, this cost me $26, but I can't forget if I want to list this on a marketplace, I will have to pay the listing fees, and you also have to allow the marketplace to spend your tokens. So if I take into account the listing fee and the inscribing fee, which basically allows the marketplace to sell your tokens, I think it will cost about $50. Now, if you remember, the total supply is 10 billion, and if it costs me $50 to mint 100,000, that basically puts the break-even market cap for me for the whole project at 5 million. Of course, if you're able to mint cheaper, this price will go down. So let's just say that the market cap has to be between 2 million and 5 million before I can potentially start making profit. The next thing you can do is look for this token on Twitter and see if you can find out more information about the project. Now, if you're really degen, you don't care and you just try to play the hypes. And in that case, you just click mint directly. Then you choose how many you want to mint. In this case, we'll just 10. Then we click next, next. Understood. And then we see that minting 10 of these will cost us almost $300. Then you click submit. And then once it's submitted, you will have to wait about 15 minutes for everything to be confirmed. And then you can start listing these tokens. Now, again, I understand some people might be thinking, why on earth would you ever want to ape into projects like that? Well, first of all, like I said before, it is very hard to find info on these projects. If you click on more info, you don't have Twitter links, you don't have a white paper and so forth. So doing research is very difficult. Again, why would I do it? Well, basically my thesis is very simple here. People are spending money on the gas fees. And in the example of T10, we calculated at the current price, that would mean several millions of dollars are being spent on gas fees to make this project mint out. This means that people are invested, and of course, they want to make some money. The next thing we have to keep in mind is FOMO. As soon as a category picks up, people are aping into anything they can find. We see this with meme coins, for example. Bonk is blasting through the roof, and then people start aping into other meme coins as well. Same thing with ordinals. As soon as the Ordi token or another token gets the attention, and then people start looking for the next quote-unquote Ordi. And when that happens, you want to be ready. You want to have these tokens at the lowest price possible, which is, of course, the mint price. So the question is, does this really work? And I can say yes. The first time I tried this strategy is back in May during the first Ordinals wave. Back then, I minted some Bank and Maxi, and I flipped it with a profit. So Bank I made $700 profit on, and Maxi I made $200 profit on. I repeated this strategy recently in the second wave, and I minted Mice, UCAT.com, and Xen. So my most profitable one in this recent run is Mice. I minted 30k of these tokens, which costed me about $200. And then it went up really nicely this week, and I was able to sell it for about $2,800 in profit. Another one is UCAT. I minted 10 million of these, again, about $180. And right now the value is $100, so I'm there $80 in a loss. Xen Plus, same thing, not much going on, about $70 in a loss. And then the last one, I found this one through the Ordinals wallet Twitter, which is a .com token. I was able to mint 50 of these at about $30 in gas fees. As we can see right now, the value is about $200, so that means that I'm about $150 in profit. Now, the last strategy that I can give you, if the gas fees are really high, just as they are now, you might actually want to wait until right after the mint. A good example of this is Doge. As we can see, 400,000 Doge is worth about $700. But if you click on Doge info, we see that Doge is far from being minted out. So why the hell would anyone pay for these Doge tokens and not simply mint? Well, I will show you. Over here, we can see that the limit per mint is 4,200. So if we want to have 400,000 of these Doge tokens, we'll have to mint 100. Then we click next. Next, understood. Now we scroll down and then we see, okay, minting this amount would cost us $2,000. Going back to the marketplace, we clearly see that it's much more beneficial to buy these tokens off the market for $700 rather than paying $2,000 by minting ourselves. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it all the way to the end, please post a comment and let me know that you did. And of course, always leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.